Hey there, FOGO family. Welcome back to the FOGO channel. I'm your host, Captain Ron. Today, we're going to take you on an Easter cruise, and we're going to show you how to barbecue the right way with FOGO. In today's video, we're breaking it down step by step. We'll light up the egg with FOGO charcoal and wood chunks for that perfect smoke. We'll whip up a killer Dr. Pepper glaze with brown sugar, orange juice, and mustard. We'll smoke the ham low and slow at 250 degrees. We'll glaze it up and caramelize it at 300 degrees. And we'll slice into this beauty for a feast you'll never forget. Now let's roll. Step one. Let's get this big green egg humming. I'm using FOGO Black Bag Premium Hardwood Lump Charcoal because nothing else gives you that consistent heat and flavor. It's our medium-sized charcoal. It's great for shorter smokes. It's great for grilling. It's more of your everyday charcoal here. So this ham is already cooked. It's already been smoked. It's fully cooked. All we're really basically doing is reheating it and glazing it. So normally if it wasn't already smoked, I would add some smoking wood chunks. Like these are chips actually. These are our new FOGO Charcoal chips. They are phenomenal. But I'm not gonna use any because I don't wanna over smoke it, all right? It's already smoked. The charcoal wood is already gonna give enough smoky flavor that I don't need to add more. So if I did, I'd add some of these, but if not, move on to the next step. You know what I'm noticing? The spiral cuts kind of stop, like right here. None of this is sliced. So all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab my knife here and just kind of give it a couple more slices here. Now you can kind of get a gauge. It doesn't go all the way through. I just wanna see. So we're gonna continue along about the same thickness. We're not cutting all the way through. We're just kind of giving some slices. I just want to make it so that the flavor and the smoke penetrates through this whole entire ham. I can't wait. We're having a big Easter at my house this year. We're probably having 25, 30 people, so I can't wait. I love a big holiday. You guys having a lot of people? I want to know what you're doing for your holiday. Tell me down below. All right. There. So now we've got a fully sliced spiral cut ham. All I'm going to do, I'm going to take some Dijon mustard, just give it a little coat. All right. I don't want thick. You're almost not even going to be able to see it. Just going to put it on, rub it around. The only reason for this is to make the rub stick a little bit better. All right, what we do now, we're gonna take our apple pie seasoning. I'm just gonna give it a light coat. It's already seasoned, it's already flavorful. So we're just gonna add a little bit more flavor. Nothing wrong with adding some flavor, okay? Now what I like to do, this is the secret part that gives you all the extra flavor. Open up those slices, pour a little seasoning down into those slices. Easter Bunny's not gonna wanna leave this house. It's gonna be a lot of sweet to this ham already. We've got the sugar, cinnamon, sugar, it's already been glazed. And the glaze is gonna have Dr. Pepper and it's gonna have brown sugar. There's gonna be no shortage of sweetness on this ham. Now this next part is very important. What I'm doing here is I took a little tray and I covered it with foil. Why did I cover it with foil? Well, because I'm gonna put this in here, then I'm gonna put my ham down right on top of it. The reason that we're doing this is we're planning ahead, all right? We're gonna be glazing this ham. You don't want this right on the grates and having to glaze it and that glaze going all over your grates, all over the inside of your grill. So what'll happen now is that when we put the glaze on here, it's just gonna roll off and it'll catch in the aluminum foil, not make a giant mess out of our pan. Easy cleanup, easy peasy on Easter day is from me, baby. For our Easter grill setup, we have a very simple indirect setup. We have the convector and then the grate. That's it, nothing fancy here. All right, so we're gonna set this right in the center. We're gonna let it go. I'm gonna go grab a meter thermometer. We're gonna put this in here because we wanna try and kind of control our temperatures. All right, because you only wanna bring it to about 140 degrees. It's already cooked, so 140 degrees is actually gonna be our target temperature here. I got the meter thermometer. Now, if you're not familiar with what a meter thermometer is, it's a digital Bluetooth thermometer that measures the internal temperature of our meats. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna set it right into the center of the ham. Now the temperature gets red right here at the very tip, so we wanna make sure that's right about in the middle of the ham, okay? So we're gonna do that. That's there. Now, I'm gonna set it up on my phone because there's an app for it. It'll tell you when it's done, when it's cooking, tells you the temperature, ambient temperature, it tells you everything. Pretty awesome. All right, now we've got our wonderful glaze packet that came with it, so we're just gonna go ahead and use this because it's got brown sugar, fructose, molasses powder, maltodextrins, but we're not using that. We're gonna make our own glaze. We're gonna start with Dr. Pepper. That's right, Dr. Pepper. I wanna have a nice, flavorful, sweet tasting ham, all right? This is really simple. I've done this before and it's really good and it's really simple. All we do is we're gonna start with about a half a cup of Dr. Pepper. Okay, cheers. We got 1/2 cup orange juice, all right? I got the stuff with lots of pulp in it. Do however you like. Okay, orange juice. We're gonna add 1/2 cup brown sugar. I use light brown sugar. I like it. I think it just comes out better. Put that in there. Not spill everywhere. I love watching it go in there. It just kind of falls apart. All right, I'm gonna take a couple cloves. I'm gonna put a couple cloves in there. All right, nice and simple. We're gonna hit it with a little bit of cinnamon, some ground cinnamon. Just not even a teaspoon. We're just gonna do a couple shakes, okay? Because cinnamon is real strong. 3 little shakes, and that's it. You want to mix this and stir it until that brown sugar is all combined. I think we're actually even going to put it on the grill next to the ham for a little bit. Get it nice and heated up as it comes closer to time to glaze. I almost forgot one important thing in our glaze. That's more Dijon mustard, all right? I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard into our glaze. That's about 1. And let's go for number 2. Ooh. My bottle is empty. And we'll give that a stir. And there we go, fully combined. Yeah, I did switch over to a whisk, the magic of filmmaking. Now we're gonna let our ham go till it hits about 120 degrees. I know, I said 140, right? That's the finishing temperature. Once it hits 120, that's when we're gonna start glazing, all right? It should be probably about 90 minutes or so. But we're gonna grab our basting brush here, we're gonna coat that ham, we're gonna do it a number of times, not just once, but probably 3 or 4 times, okay? So let's just let this go, let it sleep, and think about what the Easter Bunny's gonna do. Are you guys doing an egg coloring contest? We have a massive Easter egg coloring contest at our house. I mean, massive, like glue guns and stuff involved. It's crazy. This family is nuts. Alrighty, as we continue hopping on down the bunny trail here, I said we were gonna start glazing at about 120 degrees. Well, our ham is right at about 100. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put our glaze on here to heat up right next to our ham. Okay, I'm gonna set that on there just like that. I'm just gonna let that cook. It's gonna cook down a little bit, it'll thicken up, it's gonna be great. So in about 20 more degrees, we'll start glazing. Alrighty, now we are ready for glazing. Woo! Look at that. So I said we were gonna get to 120 degrees and we are literally exactly at 120 degrees. Now, I'm gonna pull this thermometer out, and this is the part you're gonna see why this aluminum pan was so handy, because we're gonna take our glaze, give it a little stir, just make sure it's fully combined, okay? God, yes, Dr. Pepper, that's good. And now, we're gonna glaze our ham. Ready? Here we go. Okay. Look at that. It's not a very thick glaze, but it's a glaze, all right? So, take it, just kind of make sure it's hit all over. The nice part about this is that this ham is kind of spread out, so the glaze is actually getting down in there real nicely. Normally, I'd like a much thicker glaze, but this one, whenever I've done this one, it's always thin, but it's always good. Now, all we do, take this, back in the egg, in about 15 minutes, we're gonna glaze it again. Holy ham, does that look good. All right, so here's what we did. Kind of gave you guys a little bit of a break. We glazed it 3 more times. Okay, so we glazed it a total of 4 times all in all. We took it off at 143 degrees. It sat for like 15 minutes now. It is gorgeous. I hope that the color's coming through on the video there, because it is absolutely amazingly beautiful. All right, now the nice part about these spiral cut hams is that it's already marked where they're sliced, okay? So all we're doing is just finishing off the slices that are already started. You know, for our intents and purposes here for this video, we don't need to go too far. I'm just gonna cut a couple. I'm gonna cut a piece and I'm gonna taste it. Look at that, gorgeous. I mean, yeah, oh, good Lord. That is gonna be the star of any Easter holiday table, let me tell you. The sweet Dr. Pepper, the smoke, the tenderness, the amazing cooking on the big green egg. That is a perfect Easter meal right there, okay? The Dr. Pepper really comes through. That little mustard, you don't get the mustard flavor, but you get that little twinge, almost like a vinegar. It's a great combination of flavors. That's really what it is. It's delicious. I'm really happy. I'm going to make this on Easter this year. I hope you do too. We have a bunch of other ham videos that we made too. You can find them, just search FOGO Ham. There's about 3 or 4 of them. So remember to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and leave us a comment down below. We always like that. Anything that you saw me using here in the video, there's always a link down below in the description, okay? So that's all I got for you. That's your Easter ham, Dr. Pepper glaze. Dr. Pepper, that's good. I'm a pepper, you're a pepper, he's a pepper, she's a pepper. Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too? Well, if you do, remember to get out and grill, and we'll see you the next time on the FOGO Life. Captain Ron, out.